Hello, friends. This is Dr. Shashi Agarwal. I welcome you all as we are covering the chapter 8, that is concept of cost. So, that is the part 2, in which we will be focusing on the short run cost as well as on the shapes of the short run cost curve. If you find my videos useful, please do like it, share it, and also subscribe my channel, Shashi Agarwal. So, before explaining the topic, this is my app, Addism app, this, which could be downloaded easily from the Google Play Store. This app is relevant for the student of commerce, economics, and management. Structured courses as well as free study material, free mock tests, they are available for the student of commerce, economics, and management. First of all, we will understand the shortened period. Shortened period is a period of time during which some factors are fixed and some are variable. If you want to increase the production, because the fixed factor we cannot change them, so we have to increase the doses of the variable factors. So the shortened cost has two components: fixed cost and variable cost. Fixed cost is that cost which we incur on the fixed factor, and variable cost is that cost which we incur on the variable factors. So the shortened cost has two components: fixed factors, the expenditure which is incurred on the fixed factor is called fixed cost, and the expenditure which is incurred on the variable factor is called variable cost, which varies with the level of output. So what is fixed cost? Fixed costs are those costs which are related to the use of fixed factors. The expenditure which is incurred by the producer on the use of fixed factors of production like plant and machinery, that is known as a fixed cost. In the short period, we cannot change the fixed factors. So fixed costs are incurred even when the output is zero. Fixed factors, they are purchased before production actually starts. Before starting the production, we will be having plant and machinery. Fixed costs, they are constant cost of the short period. Fixed cost is also known as a supplementary cost or overhead cost or indirect cost. Fixed costs are incurred even when the output is zero. So fixed costs, they do not have any relation with the output. So what are the component of the fixed cost? Expenditure which is incurred on the machine and plant, expenditure which we incur on the land and building, the license fee, the wages and salaries of the permanent staff. So here we see whether we manufacture something or not, but still we have to incur the fixed cost. We are manufacturing 0 unit, then again we have to incur the fixed cost of rupees 10. If the output goes on increasing, still the fixed cost remain the constant. Its shape is parallel to x-axis. On the OX, we take the output. So here we produce 0 unit, here we produce 1 unit, here we produce any unit. The fixed cost will remain fixed. So it is parallel to x-axis. So variable cost are the cost which varies with the level of output. If the output increase, they will also increase. If the output is decreased, they will also decrease. So variable cost is that expenditure which is made by the producer, which is incurred by the producer when he's using the variable factors of production. Variable cost is also known as a prime cost or direct cost because they are directly related to the production. As output increases, they also increase. As the output decreases, they also decrease. When the output is zero, they are also zero. The fixed costs which do not have any connection with the output, if the output is zero, still that cost is incurred. But variable cost varies with the level of output. So what are the component of the variable cost? Expense on the raw material, wages to the temporary labor, expense on the electricity, and wear and tear expenses. So what is the difference between the fixed cost and the variable cost? The fixed cost which is incurred on the fixed factors of production. Variable cost is that cost which we spend on the variable factors of production, which varies with the level of output. Fixed costs do not change with the increase or decrease in the output. Even the output is zero, still we incur the fixed cost. But variable cost, which varies with the level of output, if there is an increase in the output, it will also increase. If the output is decreased, they will also decrease. Fixed costs remain constant even when the output is zero. Variable costs are zero when we are not producing anything, when the output is zero. Fixed costs they are incurred even before production actually starts. Before starting the production, we generally buy the plant and machinery. But variable costs are incurred when production actually starts. So this is the difference between the fixed cost and the variable cost. So variable cost, which varies with the level of output. So here we see if the output is zero, the variable cost will also be zero. And when the output increases, the variable cost also increases. Initially, total variable cost increases at a decreasing rate. In the intermediate stage, they increase at a constant rate. Finally, they start increasing at the increasing rate. So the shape of the variable cost is this. On the y-axis, we take the output. On the y-axis, we take the cost. So this is it starts from the origin. It indicates when the cost is, when the output is zero, so they will be zero. Variable cost is spent on the variable factors. As the output varies, so the cost also varies. So they start from the origin, which indicates when the output is zero, they will also be zero. So total cost in the shortened period has two components, total fixed cost and total variable cost. So total fixed cost which is incurred on the fixed factors and the total variable cost which is incurred on the variable factors. So here total cost is the sum total of the total fixed cost and total variable cost. So here when the output is zero, so the total cost is equal to the fixed cost. So when we are producing one, the total cost as the sum total of fixed cost plus variable cost. So total cost will be 20. So by totaling the fixed cost plus variable cost, we will have the total cost. As the output increases, so the total cost also increases. But it will not start from the origin total cost. So this is the o-axis on which we take the output, and this is the OY axis on which we take the total cost, total fixed cost, and the variable cost. So this is the total fixed cost. Even when we are producing nothing, still we have to incur it, and it is parallel to x-axis, which indicates whether we produce 1 unit, whether we produce 10 unit, it will remain constant. So total variable cost, which will start from the origin. Output is zero, it will also be zero. As the output increases, it will also increase. So this is the total cost which start from this, not from the origin. Because when we are incurring, when we are not producing anything, it will be equal to the total fixed cost. So it will be, total cost will be parallel to total variable cost, the difference which will indicate the total fixed cost, which will remain constant. So in the next video, we will understand what is average cost, what is marginal cost, what is the average fixed cost, why they are U-shaped, what is the relation between the average cost and the marginal cost.